Hey guys, what's up? This is GoreMiser, and I'm here to show you things to do in Minecraft 1.5. The thing is that since mods have to get updated, I cannot do any mod reviews until then, but I figured that 1.5 adds some stuff that you might want to know about. And some of this stuff is really cool. As you can see, I just kind of took over a villager's house, and I added some stuff myself, and those lights are on, which is kind of weird. But let's go ahead and start looking at all this. There's a lot of stuff it added. There's apparently a zombie nearby, but I'll just ignore that. I'm actually going to turn the sound down a little bit. There we go. So I can just go ahead and talk to you guys about this. One of the first things that I'll point out is this redstone block. This redstone block has been added for several reasons, kind of the way like a block of gold and a block of iron was added. It's good for saving space. I'm going to grab that to show it to you later. But mainly, it'll save space, but it'll also power adjacent redstone wire. So let's say I took this, and just to show this off, I'm going to step outside. Let's say I quickly grab that out of my survival inventory, and I throw that down, and it's like, okay, well, there's just a block of redstone. Well, let's say, oh man, it's powering the redstone. So that's really cool. You can use that to power things, so it will power that, and it's also movable. So if you... Hi, villager. If you put it next to a rail system, or a piston, sorry. If you put it next to a piston, you can move it. These villagers aren't going to be in the way, I hope. But that's something that's really cool. Here's the Redstone Comparator. I'm not entirely sure how exactly they want us to pronounce it. I didn't read about this one, actually. I'm sorry. I was reading about all the other stuff that this mod, or that this update added, not this mod. But as you can see, this is the recipe. You need stone. It's smooth stone for this one. Nether Quartz, which is the new ore added into the Nether. I will talk about that in a second. And a redstone torch that's already been in the game. So let's move to this crate where I have the Nether Quartz. You will find Nether Quartz ore in the Nether, and it is going to be spawning. If you already have a world, then you will have to generate new chunks, but you will start seeing it. And to get that, you put it in a furnace, and you will get this Nether Quartz. What this Nether Quartz is used for is to make blocks of quartz by putting four together, kind of like like bricks go together. And you make blocks of quartz, and you can do some cool things. Another way to make block of quartz, is with quartz slabs. Just like any other slab, you put two on top of each other and you get a block. And the other thing, one of the other things to use this just individual Nether Quartz for is a daylight sensor. You put glass and any wood slabs. I happen to use oak, but if you can use any of them, and Nether Quartz, and you will get a daylight sensor. I'm going to talk about this because that's how I have my light system set up, actually. As you can see, they are on right now. So I will talk about that in a little bit. And this is stuff to do with the block of quartz. You can put two to get a quartz slab. You can do them like this and get quartz stairs. You can do them like this and get a pillar of quartz. I'm going to go ahead and grab these to show you what they look like. I'm also going to grab the block of quartz to show those off. And then I'm going to come over here and let's look. This is a box. They didn't actually have a recipe. I don't think there is a recipe for chiseled quartz block. I couldn't find one. I'm sorry if there is one, and I just couldn't find it, but this, I'm going to place that down to show you. I just had to spawn that in. And they also, this update added weighted pressure plates. And what these pressure plates will do is they will only work based on a certain amount of weight. And as you know, you may know, you can throw items down onto a pressure plate, and the pressure plate normally will just read it. But these are heavy and light, so they will take different types of weight to use. And so this is iron. To get the heavy, you just do 2 iron ingots and you get the weighted pressure plate heavy, 2 gold ingots and you get the light. So that's pretty cool. And the last few things this mod has added is the dropper. It's kind of like a dispenser, except instead of shooting items out, it does it kind of like when the characters drop it and you hit Q and it drops like that. That is what this is supposed to do. So I'm going to move this in the redstone block and redstone into my inventory. And as you can see, to make the dropper, it's just like the dispenser except without the bow in the middle. So I'm going to grab that to show that off a little later. I kind of wish I had set that up, but here's the other thing that's added is the hopper. The hopper will grab items and store them. It has 5 slots within it, and then if you put it over a chest, over another hopper, or anything that has storage slots, then it will start storing things in there if an item is dropped onto it, which I think is pretty cool. And you make it with iron ingots like that and a chest. The other thing you can do is you can put it into a minecart, and the minecart will go and it will gather it. So that is a movable transportation thing. So first I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to show off my daylight sensor. So as you can see, it is noon, and the full power, it is at full power because it is a daylight sensor, which means that the more daylight it sees, the more power it will emit, which means at night it won't emit anything, which is not how I would want a light system set up. I chose a light system for this just so I could show off another cool thing you can do with redstone. So as you can see, this is powering all the lights, which is really cool, but I'm going to go ahead and break this. I'm going to spawn in some redstone, and I guess I can use some of this quartz. I'll use this block of quartz right here. I'm going to place it right there, and you might be wondering, I don't need the redstone, I need a redstone torch. You might be wondering, well, what am I going to do with this block of quartz? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right there. Oh no, the block of quartz is not an item I can use for this, so I'm going to put the Redstone Comparator away. I'm going to grab some sandstone, because that's what I tested it with earlier. Place sandstone there, and then place a redstone torch just like that. And as you can see, it's still lighting up, but I'm going to change the time. I'm going to put it at 15,000, which will make it pitch black night. And as you can see, it is at full power. That is because what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to negate whatever the power source is. So what that means is when this gets daylight, it turns on. And so when it's on, it will emit the current. But when it's nighttime is when you would want these lights to come on. So what this will do is it will negate the on. So instead of it being on when there's light, it will be on when it's dark. So technically right now that is off and that is making it on, which is what I think is really cool about this. It's actually kind of a complicated thing. It's not really hard to grasp when it's better explained, but I'm not entirely sure how to explain it. Just, this is a daylight sensor that takes in light, and this makes it a nighttime sensor, so that when it's nighttime, so there's no light, it powers more. And so that will turn on automatically. If I just left it here and I was playing Minecraft, I wouldn't have to worry. If I hooked up all my lights to this, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. I would never have to hit a switch or anything. And it would just magically do that. So I'm going to go ahead and slash time set 0. As I can see, there's already a creeper over there. So I'm just going to fly over onto the grass area that I know is somewhere over here to show off these blocks on not sand, because I feel like putting a white block on sand would kind of make it hard to see. So let's go right here is a good area. So let's go ahead. I'm going to throw down the Chiseled Block, and that looks pretty cool. It has a neat design on it. Here's just the normal block of quartz. It is plain white. You could probably use this. It looks a little more like the block of iron to me. The quartz stairs, they're just plain white stairs. Look at that. So this is like, I could imagine if you were in like a science, like a testing, if they were like testing on you, and they did that. And as you know, this will work. Hold on, let me get out of the way. And they work like normal stairs. That will now bend with that. And I think that's a really cool update. I'm glad they added that. Let's do pillar of block. It looks like a pillar, so you could make like marble structures. Oh man, that's what this could be. So you could build like a Colosseum from back in the days. And then the slabs are just plain white slabs. I should fly back and grab the pressure plates and show you. I'm sorry if I'm just flying around. Part of this is kind of impromptu. I didn't actually think through the fact that these blocks were white and would be shown on a white ground, or I guess a tan ground is the sand color. So let's fly down. I hope that creeper's gone. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to open up this chest. I'm going to throw this stuff in there, except for that. And I'm going to grab the pressure plates. I'm going to grab this to show off the weight. So I'm just going to come right here. I'll put the pressure plate down, and as you can see, when I step on it, it doesn't go down. But if I start throwing stuff onto it, there you go. Items will hold it down. So if I come back and suck those up, it comes back up. And so this one's heavy, so you have to have a heavier material. This one's light, so anything, a light material will throw it down. And since one block of that will hold down the heavy, obviously it'll hold down the light. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the dropper. The dropper is pretty cool in my opinion. Let's see if I can get this redstone going. There we go. Now the redstone's in there. And what this would do is, let's say I put this in here. It will drop it as though it was an item. So let's turn off that current. I'm going to grab some redstone to turn it back on. Maybe put a lever down instead of the block. So I'm going to knock out the block, put down the redstone, throw down the lever, hit the lever, and as you can see, it drops the item. Every time the source is activated, it will drop it. So that's kind of cool. You can set that up. You can put some really elaborate things with that. I'm going to grab a chest to show off something else this thing can do. Let's say I put that right there. It still has 62 of those in there, so I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to hit it again. And you didn't hear the click that time, but look, it put it inside of the block. So if I keep hitting that, that probably lagged a little bit because I hit it really quickly, but it puts it in the chest. So you could just load that and just have a chest to dispense things. So let's say you have a lot and you just put all of it in here and you just, oh, my chest is getting low, so you refill it. Which brings me to the next thing. I'm going to knock that out. And I'm going to put down the, oh, can I put it down on top of you? Oh, man. Hold on. I'm going to have to place this down and then place the chest. So I'm going to put the Chiseled Quartz block. I'm going to place this on top of it, knock that out, and place the chest. There's probably a way easier way to do this, but what this should do is, look, it has 5 storage slots. And so what will happen is if I, let's just say, throw some items up there. Well, get in there. Whoa, let's see if I can throw it in there. There we go. It got in there. And it's not in here. Where could it be? It put it right into the chest. So that's kind of cool. You could put that, let's say you needed a garbage chest. You could put that like in the corner of a room. You could knock down 2 blocks and say, put the chest down at the bottom, put the hopper right there, and be like, oh, I don't want this redstone. Just throw it away. And that's pretty cool. And that right there, it stored it right there. You can put that in a minecart. But that is pretty much what this mod has to offer. What this update. Wow, I'm so used to doing mods that this is really weird. I'm not used to this. And let's go check on my daylight sensor. Oh man, it's still powered. I had that working before. I destroyed it so I could show how I did it. I probably shouldn't have done that. But this is what this mod has to offer. A lot of the stuff can be found now under the redstone. It can also be, it's the redstone and then under the blocks, as you can see down here. This, and then if you need the regular quartz, it is right here on materials. So that is pretty much what this mod, or what this update has added. Hopefully, I will be able to bring you guys more mods soon. As you may know, mods, when a new update comes out, first they have to wait for Minecraft Forge Universal to update because otherwise their mods won't work, and then they have to wait on, look at that little garbage chute, then they have to wait to update their mod based on item block IDs and other things that happen in the mod. And some people can do some really cool stuff. I'm really excited to see what people do with custom maps and things like that. This update is going to be really cool. Mods are going to be really awesome. Hopefully they start updating soon so I can start doing some more mod reviews. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot to get your views. Please leave a like or subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I'll put an annotation up for my mods playlist. I'll also put an annotation up to my current page just so you can go and subscribe if you want. Thank you guys for watching, though. This has been GoreMiser, and I will talk to you guys later.